A couple months ago, Ironbox would become my new laptop. A couple months ago, I said that I would do a 1 month review of the laptop. Well, here is the nearly 2 to 3 month review with benchmarks. Yes, very late, but who even cares at this point? Roll the intro. Before we get into the numbers, let's talk about daily usage. Honestly, this new laptop is way beyond anything else what I would expect out of this laptop. While it is 2 cores, it is hyper-threaded, meaning it has 2 cores, 2 threads for every 1 core, meaning it has a total of 4 threads. The 6 gigabytes of RAM was negligible for doing some light web browsing with Firefox. But I might grab the second 4 gigabyte stick of RAM from my previous laptop and put in my new one to replace the 2 gigabyte stick of RAM. Also, battery was phenomenal. I could get through a day of laptop usage with ease with that battery. Also, while I didn't include it in the benchmarks, OBS had suggested that I should record at 1280 by 720 at 30 FPS. If that sounds kinda bad, look at any video from 2017 that's been uploaded to my channel. That is what the quality would have looked like. The hard drive did ship with an error according to Crystal Disk Info, but 2.5-inch hard drives can be had for pretty cheap from reliable manufacturers that aren't Seagate, so I'm not too concerned. However, the peripherals built into this laptop compared to my peripherals on my desktop. The trackpad, while with no palm rejection, could be that I haven't messed around with the mouse settings yet, is excellent. It did take a bit of getting used to where the entire trackpad is clickable, but once I got used to it, it became second nature to use it. In fact, when I went to go do the gaming benchmarks, I was starting to want to use the trackpad for gaming instead of the mouse I was using. Then again, it was a 10-plus-year-old Dell mouse that was pretty cheap with extremely low sensitivity. Even when I was using my everyday mouse for transportation for some casual gaming, and not for benchmarks, I was honestly still liking the trackpad more than the mouse. Two-finger scroll was phenomenal on that trackpad, reminding me of scrolling on my phone. The two-finger scroll on my previous laptop was downright jerky, and it didn't work 100% of the time. This one works beyond belief. The keyboard, not to sound like a follower of what other reviewers have said about this laptop, is phenomenal. Aside from the down key coming off whenever I press down on it in what I believe is a normal manner. I've gotten used to pressing down on it in the manner where it doesn't come off. It feels like a silent version of my G910 Orion Spectrum, and that's $180. That laptop on Amazon is $380 to give some perspective. In other words, I love to type on it, and I will go to whatever extent I can to keep using that laptop as my daily driver laptop, primarily for both the trackpad and the laptop keyboard. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention that it used to be that I could not tolerate using a trackpad? Yeah, that gives some perspective now. Now let's go over what you guys came here for. The benchmarks, or before I get murdered by Link for using primarily computer words here, the numbers on this laptop. We'll start off with the startup time, since that's what you would commonly use the most on your laptop, the actual starting up of it. Keep in mind that this was on the Crucial M.2 that I installed a couple months ago whenever I got this laptop, so your mileage may vary with your results. This laptop was the fastest with 13 seconds in wait. Why is there a third computer there? Actually, I have some reasoning why I put that there. You see, either laptop was used as a secondary computer with my desktop being the primary computer. I put the numbers with my desktop in to give some perspective in what I see every day. However, with my desktop still there, my new laptop won the startup test with its M.2 SSD inside of it. Respectively, the Crystal Disk Mark scores showed that the M.2 SSD is the fastest of the 3 SSDs, all of which are different manufacturers. My desktop is a Samsung 840 EVO. My new laptop is a Crucial, some random Crucial SSD. Don't know exactly the model number. And my previous laptop was a SanDisk Ultra 2 that was used on the repair laptop desktop video. I think I know what I need to put in the cart now. Now looking at the render tests, rendering both to and from my WD My Passport Ultra external hard drive. One might say before looking at the graphs that there's going to be a hard drive bottleneck, but the numbers don't show that. My desktop, which is to be used as a benchmark for the rest of these, rendered a 17-minute video in 16 seconds, so about a 1-to-1 ratio of rendering time. If you're curious as to what that is the Yoshi the Major version of Jack vs. Andrew Episode 8. So there's some censoring both video and audio, as well as both webcam and gameplay. The new laptop rendered it in 32.5 minutes, so about a 1-to-2 ratio there. For my previous laptop, it took 5 hours to render it. The reason why, I rendered it with Vegas Pro 15, which comes with the video card acceleration, as an option that is much clearer to the end user. That video card acceleration was non-existent on my previous laptop, causing it to take 5 hours. For the rest of these benchmarks, I'm just going to throw them up on screen with some awesome music from 99 Lives to complement the benchmarks, since I will not have enough time to saturate your attention spans, and you can look at them at your own rate. Additionally, if I remember to, I'll have a link in the video description to the benchmarks that you can download and share with your friends or whoever it may be to help them make a purchase. Just be sure to remind them that the desktop benchmark has an i5 6500 and a GTX 1050 Ti in it.
When the downtown lights start to come out at night, we go insane.
Similar to the previews before movie, I want to talk about gaming benchmarks. No, you're not going to be buying this laptop for gaming, and the numbers show it. Sure, you could have tweaked the settings a bit more than what I bothered to do, but the numbers very clearly show that you're not going to be gaming on this laptop. Even to make it look better compared to my previous laptop, it still sucked. Gaming went from 4 FPS to 45 FPS on Paladins from my previous laptop to my new laptop respectively, 6 FPS to 22 FPS in Fortnite, 8 FPS to 16 FPS in Rocket League, and 7 FPS to 17 FPS in Overwatch. Of course with my desktop to trump every computer aside from the Paladins benchmark, it's within reach of my new laptop, which I personally think is interesting. So ending this off, if I were to recommend anything with this system, I would suggest getting an M.2 SSD similar to the one that I bought for less than $100, as well as a cheap DVD to 2.5-inch drive caddy, like this, plus a 2.5-inch hard drive like this to replace the DVD drive. But ending off the video, if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that little bell, so that way you never miss a video and become part of the Yoshi Army. See ya guys.